They are ready to roar. They have been, and now they are officially. Rams won the toss, deferred to the second half. Bryce Young's going to be out there right away. And that roar.
This is a moment that's been a long time coming. Cam hasn't been back for years, and a lot of conversations about his relationship.
All right, so we got Cam Newton here. We got Mike Pereira here. You know it's a big game. You know it's playoff time. We got Mike with us. Hello, Mike.
Coaches, two of them will rotate the kicking balls back and forth. Make sure you don't screw that up. And if you see the guys in the white striped pants that go.
Now, weather figured to be a factor today. There were chances of storms. Still a chance we'll get that, although it's dry at this point. Wind could play a factor. Gus Everett's looking to move on. Off we go from Charlotte.
Go, go, go!
It's a short kick. And it's returned to the 20.
Hang in there with this Rams defense.
This offense ranks just 27th in the NFL, but scored a season-high 31 against L.A. in that win. Rico Dowdle just in time, and he's in there at right guard.
Yeah, the Panthers are hoping that he's the missing piece up front. This run game that day.
Yeah, they only ran for 19 yards in the regular season finale against Tampa Bay. Young's first throw is incomplete. He wanted Leggett with the defense from Durant. Perfectly with when they lost Quentin Lake to the dislocated elbow. Lake is back today, and they hope that their early season defense is too.
Yeah, they're out here today.
And this is where they're so tough on third down and long. Young gets rid of it to Leggett, regains his footing, breaks one tackle, and stop.
None of these are even decisions for Dave Canales. You have to operate as this home underdog. Fourth.
First matchup they did. Went 3 for 3 with a pair of touchdowns on fourth down. Young's in trouble. On the move. Throws, and it's broken up. The 2 long touchdowns. 27 out of 40 on third down this season. And you're touching on it. This is one of the ways to even the playing field.
Up and down the field at will.
Stafford on the first play has Puka Nacua coming loose, and of course he does.
His willingness as a blocker at the point of attack.
That's what he's in there to do right here, is to hand it off, and Kyron Williams zips his way inside the 25. Not only does he get back for week 1, play action. They do this more than anybody. It's Nacua with his second catch. And a first down for the Rams as Nacua.
Talked about all the adversity he went through back in training camp and the uncertainty about whether or not he was even going to be behind center, let alone
May. Going to be Stafford or May. Head-to-head for MVP. Going end zone. Puka Nacua, and just like that, Los Angeles is on the...
One of the best offensive minds in football. He understands that there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on Puka Nacua. So the idea of being able to...
Rams get the short field. Drive starts at the 45-yard line, and 40 of the yards are covered by 3 catches. Just giving the other team the ball at the 35-yard line, but shifted that the last 2 games, and they've been the best. And you see it right there. Tackled shot
closer to their 20.
Second drive for the Panthers. Blitz is coming. Young over the middle. Has a completion to Jalen Coker. Undrafted free agent in the game. You think
of passing situations because you run your head into the wall on early downs.
Hand off Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard's got a first down on his first carry.
Carolina, that's where their matchups are. They've got big body, young, physical receivers on the perimeter. Not necessarily the...
First down and 10. Young scans, checks it down. Chuba Hubbard. Tackled shy of the 40.
Pass.
Empty set here on second down. Young under pressure. There's a flag down, and Young is down as he's sacked by Braden.
Penalty. Replay second down.
And the left tackle, Ike Ekwonu, is down.
It's going to be a double whammy. He's going to get buckled down and immediately starts holding that right knee.
He was the first-round pick in 2022, starter from day 1. Young, lofty, McMillan, incomplete.
Matchups. This is where Bryce Young has to continue to be willing to take these shots. They don't against this Rams defense is just, I'm not sure that.
Good. Smith back to his own 10. That thing kept on carrying, and what a play right there.
Just a great play by Simmons. I mean, just there immediately, good leverage tackle and bounce, but Carolina defense, they need to come up.
From inside their own 10, the Rams go to work, and it's Blake Corum. Much bigger role here in year 2, more than 700 yards. And they got the deep tight end group, they got the running back duo, top receiving duo of Nacua and Adams, and the mastermind head coach.
Yeah, I mean, it's offensive football.
2nd and 6. Stafford finds Nacua. It's been all Puka Nacua so far, already his turns.
We've talked a lot about Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams coming back. And
we're going to talk about that as this day goes on. Trend-setting Rams. Corum waits for something to develop. Not much there, but he powers his wide receiver on record.
Yeah, and again, I think he's the best offensive football player if you take the quarterbacks out in the league. And these highlights, we're not even halfway through the first quarter.
2nd and 4. Corum again. Stop the yard shy. It's number 1 in NFL history, 95 yards per game.
And at a high level, you just talk about how well. So on the season, Sean McVay has really made a pretty conceit.
It's crazy. We're only 10 minutes into the game, but it feels like they were desperate to get that stop.
They needed that.
And this punt is not a good one off of the foot of Ethan Evans. Analyst taking this one in is Panthers with a 1st down and 10, and Young has no chance. He's buried by Puna 4.
On 1st down, and Robert Hunt, the right guard, we mentioned, he's new, hasn't played since week 2. He just ran
the Cardinals last week. Young from his own goal. It is, he lets it go. Tommy Tremble, the tight end, gets back the yards lost. Never from Atlanta, where he was a part-time starter. Within months, he was voted a team captain. He's their leading tackler.
Bates, they're on the sideline.
Here's Coker for a 1st down. They go from 2nd and 19 to get in a 1st down.
Important. His return was from injury, but Jalen Coker, he's really taken that number 2 wide receiver role away from him.
Dowdle's back in. He takes the fake. Young on the move, looking downfield. He will toss it out of bounds as he's hit by.
Signed Devontae Adams when he becomes available. They spend the 2nd highest cap allocation on offense, but where the real mag now year after year.
Handoff Etienne. Trevor Etienne spilled it for 35. 2 years ago, Aaron Donald retires, and it's like for the Rams. It's Akella Witherspoon. And then to your point about the draft, they have 12 guys in the rotation.
The Braden Fisk, I mean, you can go on and on. So when you hit on draft picks, when you get really solid core veteran players.
This year's been streaky. There have been more flashes of the guy they thought they were getting.
And he's really improved in a lot of areas. And I still think extended plays, we saw that in that Week 13 game. So certainly a lot of improvement, by no means a finished product.
Try it again here against a 4-man rush. Versus coming. Young gets rid of it to Tremble, and they've got another 3rd down conversion. Tommy Tremble.
And one of the things that Bryce, just a little bit longer, give himself time to find a target.
Quick throw to the row, McMillan. 1st down inside the 45. The lone rookie with more.
Rowe, McMillan, and Bryce Young. The other 9 guys are all operating like it's going to be a handoff. We see Stafford do that so much down near the red.
For the first time, 1st down at the 45. Looks to throw. First read taken away. Rips it over the middle, and it's picked off. Kobe Durant, the interception.
He feels Quentin Lake coming down, so.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Carolina number 84. The 15-yard penalty from the.
Thinks he's going to throttle, so young quarterback, young wide receiver. Take a look.
They're down 1-0 today. Man late getting on the field there. And they hand it off to Kyron Williams, taking advantage of the Panthers. 2nd and 2. Back to the air with Stafford. One-handed catch by Colby Parkinson, and there's the first look at a Rams tight end. And a
group of tight ends in the league that is asked to do all the different things because of the quantity of plays with multiple
passes. Would you have caught
I would have
this year
caught
for the Rams?
300.
Plus or minus?
Minus 2. Okay, so 298.
Handoff, Kyron Williams makes a cut. Darts ahead inside the 20. With a gain of 6. Season, he's 5-0 when he leads after a quarter. Looking for his 2nd ring. Offensive mastermind. On 2nd and 4. It's Williams again. And he's stopped by Bobby Brown.
They storm. These teams did not have a lot of rules defensively for these fast motions and these condensed formations. And they gave need to evolve this offense as one of his strengths.
Nakua's got it for a 1st down, beating Christian Roseboom.
Wins to the Rams was that 2018 season. And that's really what they've been trying to recapture all these years. Super Bowl.
1st down and goal. Back to the ground. Here's Kyron Williams. Lowers the shoulder. Runs to the foul.
With Jared Goff, but there's a lot more bigger bodies. They've really leaned into this 13 personnel and candidate quarterback.
Look out for Devontae Adams down here. They give it to Puka Nacua, though, and Nacua breaks tackles and gets his second touchdown.
The coordinator of the Carolina Panthers, Adro Avero, he said, we have to turn this into a kicking contest. We have to force red zone field.
Adams deployed off to the right. You know, the Panthers are thinking the same thing. They're going to be hungry to get him involved down there. They go the other way to Nacua, who's got